What you're looking at right now on your screen is the chart of Tesla. I have the yearly, each candlestick represents a day. So, um, in charting, actually, in my opinion, the best chart to look at is the daily chart with the candlesticks representing one day. You can get an accurate read so you can literally do like candlestick charting, in the original sense of just looking at one candlestick, like measuring like dojis, you know, engulfing candles like the one we had on Friday, which basically engulfed the previous day. And you can get more accurate representation of that by looking at like a whole day of activity in the stock market. And so if you look over here, I'm on the Thinkorswim platform and um so up here in the notes, you got up here says Elon Musk jumps into geopolitics ahead of planned Twitter takeover, right? And he has been tweeting and making statements on the Russia-Ukraine war. Now, this isn't a political platform, but I will discuss how the politics affect the stock market, right? We can't we can't be out here and act like this isn't affecting what's going on, what we see in buying, selling, and trading of stock. Because this is, I believe he's the world's richest man. And I think it kind of goes back and forth between him and Bezos and maybe one other particular person. I don't know the other person, but I know those two are there. So I'm gonna pull up a tweet that Musk had. Now, this tweet, if you're looking at your screen, if you're riding or driving, I'll read it. I think he did this tweet on October 4th, something like that, maybe a week or two ago. And he put up a poll, Ukraine, Russia, peace. And he was asking a question. He was saying, well, he proposed like things that he thinks would go toward solving this particular issue. Redo elections of annexed regions under UN supervision. Russia leaves if that is will of the people. So he's saying let the people decide. Crimea, formerly part of Russia, as it has been since 1783 until Khrushchev's Khrushchev's mistake. Um, and then he has water supply to Crimea assured. And he says Ukraine remains neutral. Now, the people that voted on the poll voted no. 59% voted no. Now, I will add that the majority of the audience on Twitter, in my opinion, would be more liberal or left leaning. And you say, well, how would you know that? I would guess that. And so I would guess that that's why that poll the way it is because a lot of right leaning people or they pretty much get if you're considered right leaning or you're alt right or any of those terms, then you kind of get beat up on Twitter and you kind of go somewhere else to an alternative site to do your banter or whatever the things that you do. So I would have guessed that's what the outcome we would have got of that poll. And at the bottom, he says, this is highly likely to be the outcome in the end, just a question of how many die before then. And then he says, also worth noting that a possible, albeit unlikely, outcome from this conflict is nuclear war. Now, both, I think Russia and the United States, I think are the two um, countries that have the most nuclear weapons from, a little clip I seen. I think it's safe for me to make that assumption. And at some point, you're going to have to sit down and negotiate something. And in a negotiation, if it's a fair negotiation, just as anything else, like any type of negotiation, both sides are going to have to concede something and both sides will take some. So you would sit down and you would say, well, what is it that I have to have? What are some things that I want that I'm not willing to concede on? And then the other side will say, what are things that I have to have that I'm not going to concede on? And what are things that are not that important to me? And he's basically just saying, like, we need to speed this process up because in the meantime, people are still dying and no one's giving an inch. Now, I don't blame him for thinking like that. Like I feel the same way. Not necessarily, I'm not picking a side, but I'm saying at some point they're gonna have to negotiate. So, but the business side of this is that when for him to stick his neck out and to get into these, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that he's on some type of list in Ukraine. Like they got him on. I seen something on, on news or on another YouTube channel I was watching. I think it was Meet Kevin where he was talking about that Elon may be on some type of list in Ukraine, like not the kind of list you want to be on. And so I do feel as if that, he's sticking his neck out for something that he may not necessarily have to. Like he doesn't have to get involved in these things, and I could imagine that it could hurt his business dealings, right? Excuse me. So that's my outlook on that. But we can see that these things are affecting the stock. Or someone could say, well, they're not affecting the stock. The stock is just doing well. There's some reason that Tesla is down, whether it's overvalued, whether people feel like it shouldn't have been that high anyway. It's me, because I felt like the whole stock market just got overheated and none of the stocks should be. I still feel like myself that at 204, it is still overpriced. It should not be at 204. So, and I think that the price is reflecting that. And so, with that being said, my, at putting all that into context and looking at now, if you look at when he put that up, I think he put that up on October 4th. And so here we go on October 4th. This is called, we got basically let's see, right here, almost sort of a harami. Now you say, well, what is a harami? Now, one of the things of the Thinkorswim platform, it will show you. So I'm gonna come up here and click on chart describer. No, that's not what I want. Click that back. Get you off of there. I don't want that. Excuse me. I'm going to strategies. I actually want to look at the candlesticks. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to a patterns, select patterns. So I came up here, click on patterns, select patterns. I'm gonna click on candlestick. Now, when I come down here and click on Harami, see where it says Harami? I could come over here and click on this question mark, and it's gonna load up and show you guys what see that? Now it says Harami is a trend reversal candlestick pattern consuming two candles, and it tells you which way. Now, not all the time does it reverse in the instances that I've seen. But a lot of times you do get a big move after the Harami. And so that's a similar move. And so a lot of times when you get big news events, you see right here where we have wicks, and then the next day we got a gap down, and then it just continued to go down. So I do I like to look at news in these particular instances to show me where the big move is going to come. A lot of times you get the news, and then the news is the catalyst, and you get your move. And so with Tesla, up around this area right here was what I would call a bear flag, where we got one down. Now this is back on September 21st. We got a down day, a gap down. So we have 4 straight down days. We got up and we pull back 1, 2, right in here to this moving average. And then we got a cross right here and a breakdown. So that would have been my bear flag. Down, pull back, retrace a certain amount of the move. What I do is whenever I get a big move in either direction and it retraces, and then it retraces a certain amount, I'm looking forward to retrace at least to the 38.2 on the Fibonacci retracement, right in here in this range of 61.8. Anywhere within there, and then a reverse, and then take out this low. That is a perfect bear flag for me. And then once I get those types of moves like that, I'm looking to then throw on a Fibonacci extension or something like that. And then I start looking at targets to the downside. And so with Tesla running to the downside from off of that move, I actually think we could go a long ways down. We're already at 1618. And I think I've shown in previous videos. So the next level is 175. So 175 is definitely doable this week. That would be a low target for me for the week. And then I could see it pull all the way back up into here, right around the 245 range. Now, let's take a look at where the expected move would be for the week. So if we come to the options tab, I always like to look at the expected move for the week to, let's see, to in essence tell me, shorten this up, we go to make it a little bigger. So when I go to the trade tab, we're gonna take a look at the option chain. Now you may say, Ray, what's the option chain? What about what? Why you like look at expected move to tell me what the week looks like? So the option chain is predicting up. Let's call it 21 bucks. Let's call it 20. I'll leave it change. So because it's most of the time there's an overstatement, meaning that you'll be a little bit under it most of the time. So if the expected move is 20 bucks, let's go take a look at it on the chart. Where would 20 bucks put us? It will put us right around 184. So right around in here, that's 184. And 20 up will put us right around 226, 224. So right around here with a 9-day, this is a 9-day simple moving average. So your range is going to be right around here. Well, this big candlestick closed down here. The top of this candlestick would be your expected move for the week up here. And the bottom would be right around this area. So it's kind of in line. Now, if you're looking at these levels on the Fibonacci expansion, you kind of see we're right around in this area to trade around for Tesla for the week. So I would do all of my trading if I was going to do any intraday trading, any scalping, anything like that. Now, one thing I would like to bring out on the RSI, we are oversold on the RSI on the daily. We are currently at a 24 on the RSI for the daily. Close it. So some point I'm expecting, and if we go to the hourly, it kind of resolved its oversold on the hourly right through the week. So it ended, it's not quite oversold on the hourly. So we'll see how the market opens. Now today is Sunday, October 16th. So the futures market will open tonight. One of the things I like to do, I would pay attention to the futures market in the morning to see how the futures open. If we see the S&P 500 futures market open up or open down tonight and continue to go down overnight, it's a possibility that Tesla could gap down and continue down when we get up, when the market opens on Monday morning. So it's imperative, to check out the futures market, pay attention to the /ES. It's going to open up tonight, and that's going to give you a brief glimpse into what we'll be looking for tomorrow when the market opens up. Hey guys, if you got anything out of this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share the video. You got some critiques, let me know. I'm using StreamYard to record this video. My sound was a little off on the last one, so I'm trying to make sure I got it right to figure out which way. Because on the last one, I used OBS Studios, which is free. Pay a little bit for StreamYard, but a lot of times you want to get your execution right. So let me know if you can hear if the sound was good, and you agree with my technical analysis on this chart. Let me know how you feel about Tesla. Let me know how you feel about, it's a safe space with me. How we can talk politics and be respectful and not get ugly with one another. If you don't like Elon's stance on the Russia-Ukraine war, let me know. Comment in the comment section. With that, guys, I'm out. Peace.